Anyway, so we're starting off the next game. So, getting picks in. Of course, you can tell who's on what side because there's that gosh darn Bastion. So, 1 to 6 is Hanzo mains. I'm just going to swap these around. Swap. Seen stuff behind the scene, folks. So, S3ction on blue side now. Having to work. So for Sky Industries, an actual attack map that we've got coming in now.
I am ready to roll.
So, we're seeing a very similar comp from S3ction. Hanzo mains. Got a Hanzo. Hopefully he is a main. We'll see how good this Hanzo is. But we're also seeing quite a Tracer as well. And a Mei, a very interesting, diverse comp pick. Only rocking one tank with Orisa. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with, of course, their Bastion, which was almost one of the highlights of their very first game. And also their D.Va, which has been... D.Va players for this team, for UTC, have been pretty consistent. But anyway, as we start off the round, we've got Tracer working on the flank there, along with Soldier 76. Mei littering the fields, forcing Bastion to move left so slightly. He's managing to litter the field, and once again, move the field. He manages to escape. Orisa fortifying just to try and get some space further back. And of course, we've got other Jordan now joining us on commentary. Thank you very much for joining me, Cops. So, starting off onto this next game. We've got this Orisa trying to do work on this Hanzo. Hanzo from Team Hanzo mains. Just taking a nice little step back. He's trying to look for that pick, trying to get that scatter shot. Manages to get it successfully. Doesn't manage to take anyone out in the process. But managing to do some work. Oh, but here comes the Hanzo. Oh, it's going to clear the field. He's going to try and get a positional advantage to try and pick off the backline. D.Va spots him, goes in for the kill. Has to back off. So, managing to do quite well. Managing to hold the position quite firmly. Not seeing much from Hanzo mains in terms of trying to fight them. And of course, Bastion managing to do quite a fair bit of work, trying to boost against the opponent.
Well, they can take the shields down, they can actually make a push, can't they? But
yeah. But they're being counteracted by their very own Bastion. First, Hanzo mains Bastion is the first to fall. As we continue to push out onto the field, Lucio managing to do some good work. He's dropping down his ult. He's managing to stay close to the team. And a good pull there in from Orisa.
it's a pretty good hold strat so far, isn't it? Fairly passive, but quite laid back. No real aggression, just kind of keeping it forward. Keep it under pressure.
So just managing to fortify to keep push back out. Mei is managing to catch him out, but Soldier 76 now running on the back line, but there's the ult.
I was going to say there's a trade, but then we've got Mercy ult.
And Soldier 76 finally managing to push through. There comes Sebastian ult. He goes tight, he's diving in on the back line. He doesn't even care about anyone else.
There we go.
Mate, your point is getting captured. He's like, no, I don't care about my point getting captured.
And
I want play of the game.
It works.
Let me work. So anyway, finally we managed to get to see a bit of a push. That mainly coming in from the Soldier 76 ult, from the flank. So they managed to get onto the first tick. They just need a bit more work to try and get a bit further on.
There's 50 seconds, there's plenty of time.
Oh, but here comes D.Va Bomb now. Doesn't manage to catch anyone. But Hanzo ult coming in now. He's going to litter the field. Oh, what a place not to stand. That's not a place you want to stand in front of that Bastion.
nice to see some deeper aggression.
And just stands in front of the Bastion. Once again, Bastion from first game getting a very strong play.
You sure about this Bastion? Probably not, I guess. 25 seconds left, why not push him back?
And Bastion almost getting ult now. Lucian ult drop. Bastion ult. He's going to be able to fire it as soon as it hits the 10-second mark. And any second now. Ooh, whiffs the scatter shot. Oh, just managed
just before he can pop.
Tries to get out of stance and tries to heal and walk away. But it doesn't even matter. Managing to firm a very good defense there coming in from S3ction.
Score 0-0.
Can do. Is that why he's kind of popping about? Yeah, I got it. There we go. Oh, you can hear me.
I can hear you now. And so can everyone else. Here I'm going, oh, Over Jordan's on the mic now. Is he? Is he on the mic?
Just whispering in the background silently. Just sweet talking in your ear, Ben.
That Bastion's doing quite nice work there. But okay, let's see if we've got a bit of a change. We're seeing Hanzo mains now with a Symmetra.
Interesting.
So I think that's a good pick because it's going to deal with a stationary Bastion and a Orisa barrier really well. Just holding down right click, just aim it directly towards barrier. Anyone who stood behind it is going to get a nice chunk of damage.
It's not quite the Ryan kind of replacement, but she's still strong.
She is, of course. What we were seeing before was any sort of breathing. If you're on the defense and you've got a bit of breathing period, it's the same thing with what they've changed with Winston's bubble now. The cooldown starts from when you first activate it. So, of course, the barrier is 900 health. But in actuality, if you've been given the time to set it up initially, it's actually close towards 1,800. As soon as it disappears, throw down another one straight away. Barrier refreshes, you're able to continue the fight.
Yeah, it's completely changed the meta as well, because back in the day, I was going to say back in the day then, but let's just say a few months ago. We can't really go with back in the day quite yet. But even then, standard kind of like May-Ryan combo.
Yeah, so most of the composition mainly consisted around Reinhardt as a focus. Sort of like Reinhardt's barrier goes down, you have characters who are able to sort of give him breathing room, and you still have that. You still have that now with Symmetra, of course, with her rework being able to create another barrier. But we're not seeing it so much as... In fact, if anything, I'd say it's actually... what we're seeing now is more sort of like a counter to the barrier sort of play. We're seeing Symmetra, who not only provides barriers, but also does really well against barriers. We're seeing Junkrats, who can melt barriers, and of course, Reinhardt's have always been able to fireball through barriers as well, so that's always been good as well. But now, here's the thing. We didn't see this from Hanzo mains. They didn't have a comp that was able to utilize these flank lines right here. Because already, D.Va's on the point, and has already taken out 3 of Symmetra's turrets, and it has already done nearly half of what Hanzo mains could only do in that first push.
This could be enough though, it could be enough for distraction to actually let them push in.
Yeah, because the other team now is going to have to fall back to try and deal with D.Va, and the other team is just going to flood right in. Team S3ction actually utilizing the entirety of the map to their full effect.
We need that first point as well. This could be it.
And Bastion goes down.
It's a good move though, because obviously they want to kind of prevent Symmetra's teleport ultimately.
Of course, it does build up incredibly fast. Like already, it's on 90% charge.
There we go.
But gets caught out by D.Va.
Not enough time, too much focus.
And D.Va just nice out of the point.
I don't think the lonely Bastion can really pull this back right now.
And of course, that's not going to do good for when they swap the defense. As soon as the point gets captured, they're going to have less time in order to set up.
Not enough rush, and that's it.
And they don't even need to even worry about it. Game 1 goes to S3ction. An incredibly fast play there from S3ction.
Final score 1-0.
So, okay, so let's see what the play of the game was for that first game. It looks like...
I'm thinking the Bastion. Oh no.
Oh no, the D.Va.
Maybe not the Bastion.
Yep, this was sort of the play that allowed them to establish pressure, capture the point, and finish the game.
Yeah, well deserved. Especially with the initial push as well coming through.
Coming
obviously
in from
being
D.Va,
the lead distraction, yeah, well deserved.
Well deserved indeed. So yeah, a nice... I'll sit over here now. Like I said, I've been moving backwards and forwards all day. It's not my intention. So game 1 going over to Team S3ction. Very convincingly, may I add as well. A very firm defense. Team Hanzo mains not utilizing the map to their full advantage and being demonstrated straight from the get-go why, of course, that needs to change, why they need to sort of get it together.
Well, sometimes it's a simple strats at work, isn't it? Obviously, a simple distraction, pull them back from the front line, and that's it. You're in.
Yeah.
You've got 2 pushes going in at once. Yeah. You're effectively kind of sandwich them in the middle then.
Of course, you've got 2 characters on the back line who are capturing the point, and then they're like, oh, we gotta stop, turn around, and push in. And they're just like, all the other 4 guys that were at the initial front line are just like, oh, okay, you're just going to leave the front door open. I'm just gonna walk on in now. Thank you very much. I'm not even going to take off my shoes. Yeah. But next map coming in, we're going to be going to Numbani. So, an assault escort map this time around. That actually, what we just saw that last game there, was the very first assault map that we had. All the other ones, all the map vetoes that we've had coming in have all been in favor of either neutral control points or escort maps. For the most part, we've had a mixture. We've had the last game we had King's Row, so we're having a mixture of assault and escort. But it's mainly been pushed towards escort more than anything else, and them neutral capture points.
This is a nice map, though. Anything can change as well, and I'm expecting to see another Symmetra, potentially. Primarily, obviously, defense side, ideally. Don't want to see an attack Symmetra right now, Mombani. I've seen enough of that in my life.
But it can work as well. Like, Teleporter works both ways. Like, I feel like I would much, like, the problem that they had before, where they were like, oh, people on defense don't want to use teleport on the last point, so they just drop out Diva. So they drop out Symmetra, sorry. But now, of course, the shield generator is in. Now I feel it's sort of like the opposite problem, where it's just like, oh, if I'm on defense, I don't ever want to use nothing but shield generator and not teleport.
Yeah, completely understand.
I feel it's sort of like the opposite scenario to what we had before, and teleporter is still the unfavorable choice.
Well, it's adding more situational awareness, isn't it, into the game? Obviously, it makes sense in the last map to actually choose Symmetra, given that they only need the first point. You need to defend that point as much as possible, get any quick teleport up, obviously, to bring your team back if they do pass out, then that's what you need. And obviously then, I'm presuming that it's been picked up, and that's when the Divas come in, cause a distraction, not enough time for Symmetra, focus straight on Symmetra, let's prevent that teleport, and that's it. They won the game. So it's a strat counter and a strat, that's how the game's supposed to be played.
But we're not seeing much of a compositional change now either. The main thing that I'm going to be looking for on the defensive side for Team Hanzo mains is the only Hanzo on their team. Which is a bit of an odd one for being called Team Hanzo mains. But this map is, I think, one of the best to demonstrate positional awareness. And how the high ground wins games. Let's see how long it takes for the enemy team, Team Hanzo mains, to drop down from the high ground in order to engage the team. Because if they manage to secure the high ground and still manage to secure kills, they don't even need to try and contest a point. They could just win their fight on the high ground and then just
have a split push from there as well. There's no real focus on it yet.
But here comes Diva and Orisa on the back line.
As an aggressive Diva. This could be it. They've got people coming in from all angles now.
This is going to be difficult, though, because, of course, that Mercy is just hugging the back of them. That Mercy's just taking the back seat.
Yeah, doing the job properly.
Just not worried about...
That was a good one. I don't think there was enough
there wasn't
coordination
the right
there
focus.
Yeah.
The focus was completely misdirected onto the tanks, where, of course, he should have been trying to pick off the squishies at the back.
Yeah, Mercy just sat at the back, just healing people up, just like, hi guys, I'm still there.
So they've just had to fall back a little bit. But this is the interesting part. The only character to maintain high ground is that Soldier 76. Everyone else has had to drop down, and now he's had to push back as Team S3ction manages to secure the high ground. He's having a bit of a spar here with Diva. He's going to have to lose out to this unless he gets Bionic Field. His ability is on cooldown. Okay, now they've secured the high ground. Bastion managing to secure that position. That's going to be able to cut him off. He's going to be able to melt barrier. And now they're going to be able to go on to the point.
The power of Bastion.
The power of flanking, my friend. But there's Mercy with the res.
I don't think the ult's going to be enough. They've got a Bastion that kill given as well.
And Hanzo with the ulti. Just working away at that Bastion. Isn't able to secure the kill. He's just trying to secure this upper part of the map. Just trying his best not to move too far back.
Let's get you healed up.
Bastion coming in from the flank side now. But it's worked around in S3cction's favor. S3ction now sit on the point.
This, unless Ryan's going to shift straight through, but I don't think he's going to last very long if they do. I think this is the point where they should call it quits and pull straight back, but they're still pushing forward for some reason.
Yeah, they're just going to be flooding in too quickly now.
Yeah.
They may be able to secure one kill. They may be able to get that Ana.
If they do manage to pull this off, they will obviously buy them time, but if they do get cleaned, then
it's
kind
going
of
to be
a free payload at that point, isn't it?
pretty much. And there's the triple kill coming in. Well, a double there coming in from D.Va. And now they're going to be able to spend all that time pushing forward. There goes down the Orisa ult. Just going to be able to secure some space. D.Va getting...
Yeah, we've got a Bastion self from there as well, and we basically created a little tank.
And they're going to D.Va bomb. How's it going to work out? It hits in the whips. But in comes Bastion now with the ult. He's going to come in on tech form. He's
There's
going
a
to
lot of separation there from the defense, so they're all kind of scattered, aren't they? They need to obviously work together.
It was pretty much a 1v4 scenario with that Bastion ult.
It's like slowly funneling in after death, one by one. 3 kills, really.
And easily being able to secure this next point. I'll tell you what, this is just looking like S3cction's game.
So that's the worst time to pull forward as well. Because that Mercy needs to heal, but it's kind of a team without a heal at this point.
And all you're doing is just giving S3ction more ultimate gauge. They're just going to be able to build up their ultimates faster than what you are because they're just securing them kills.
Exactly, yeah.
Like what was that play?
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, it looks a little bit like a throw from Hanzo main side. But here comes the...
This may be one of those little moments of panic where there's a lot going on, you're trying to kind of get it together, and there's maybe just a bit of a miscommunication going on. It's not over yet, they've got a Bastion on their side anyway, you know. We've seen people mow down entire teams from the spawn box before.
But Bastion finally managing to get off the top of that point immediately dies. That tells you never leave the security of the point. Never leave my side. So they finally managed to stop this one push. That was all pretty much just one push.
But I'm not too sure how far back they'll actually get it. I imagine maybe just to the corner, and then it's going to be a re-engagement. S3ction really here should kind of divide their time a little bit, recollab, and then just doing a full push.
So Ana is actually on the back line for their team now. Manages to meet a Soldier 76. I'm not pretty sure what Ana's going to be doing at this point. She's going to hit him with a bio grenade. Going to get that moving Soldier. She has a chance to sleep. She's not going to take it.
No, still missleep.
Sleep all the way through that. Did not want to use it once. But there's the triple.
I think there's a little bit of panic on this side.
That's pretty much. That's going to be close. Soldier's good. Well, D.Va's going to be able to absorb all of that. D.Va's going to chase him down. He's not going to let him walk away for free.
Oh, the Bastion's set up there.
And there comes in the Bastion ult.
Interesting little heal there on the ult.
He's going to hang back, just going to litter the field a little bit. And the D.Va on the enemy team still lives. S3cction's D.Va has been putting in a lot of work.
They're trying hard here. They do seem panicked, but I think they are kind of trying to hold in.
Managing to force the Bastion back. Managing to hold out against the Bastion. Gets knocked out, but managed to take out Bastion in the process. I feel like what Bastion should have done in that scenario was, oh, D.Va's coming out of mech, time to heal.
Yeah, exactly that.
Or time to run away, one or the other. Just get out of the way.
Or maybe even pop out, because obviously you can see the low sensitivity there, making it kind of difficult anyway.
Yeah.
Bastion to rotate, maybe just pop out, kind of jump around a little bit, try and hopefully get a few headshots, but
Hanzo mains actually putting up a bit of a sturdier defense this time. They're actually holding quite firm
there
against
may have been
this
some
point.
communication here about sticking together and not separating.
And they've managed to let the payload roll back quite a fair
They've got to
distance.
get the Bastion set up, so unless someone backlines, they might be able to hold this.
Oh,
Oh no.
speak of which,
Speak of the backline.
Orisa on the back line. Has to back off. Throws down barrier. Wants to try and challenge that Bastion.
It's a very aggressive play in general for S3ction, which obviously can break teams, but right now it seems to be working.
Are they going to secure that Bastion? Yeah, manages to secure the kill. D.Va is also on the back line. D.Va has ult. And drop the beat. And Soldier 76 coming in with ult now as well.
Get out of my way or I'll run you over.
And the 4 kills coming in there from Soldier.
And then just caught at the end of the ult by Bastion. It's not just a story of life.
But we're coming now to less than a minute, and S3ction actually only having just, well, actually, in saying that, that last fight, Hanzo mains did use quite a fair couple of ultimates to try and deal with the pressure.
They'll probably have one good push left in them and maybe some scatter, but
They need to hurry up as we're coming to the 30-second mark now. Bastion coming in with his ult, he's going to try and secure some time.
anything to buy time. And there we go. I think this may be
That may be it.
the opportunity over for the final push. They may get one more in, but it's going to be scattered.
Coming down to 17 seconds. They're wanting to try and hold this for as long as they possibly can.
As long as they're keeping someone on that payload to keep pushing
And
it
the
forward.
entire team's just caught up on that corner. No one's taking the higher route. Bastion now trying to take the top route, but it's already too late. It's going into... Oh, woo! Diva's actually managed to get on the flank and actually managed to stay on the point. Allowing the team...
Bastion, we've
the rest
got
of
quite a
the
few
team
ults
to
coming in here as well.
Orisa dying before being able to use ult. That's a bit of a shame. But they still managed to fight a good fight. Bastion's
get
managed to
this.
secure the point on top of the payload.
They may get this last minute in overtime. I think this may be it. I don't think they've got anything left to counter at this point.
Ah, they've run out of
They can't-
ultimates.
yeah,
There's no
they can't get on
ultimates,
that
and
payload.
Bastion's sitting
And that's
nice
it,
and
that's it.
cozy on top of
That
the
was a
point,
nice recovery.
leaving it all the way to overtime. Now, it can go into overtime due to the fact that, of course, their time is completely on zero.
Yep.
But if they manage to take, if Hanzo mains actually manage to capture the point with a faster time, then they take the game.
That would have been an amazing time for a Hanzo ult, wouldn't it? Something like that. Something to just push them off the payload, bring it back down again.
Oh, everyone's all in the same spot. Sweet. Okay, so we're seeing slightly different composition change. I'm not sure whether they're going to be locking in these picks, of course, but of course a bit of a change from Hanzo mains, getting a Genji and a Zarya.
I'm surprised I haven't seen a Ryan yet at all. Orisa seems to be the primary pick for everybody.
So it looks like they might be locking in these picks here now. So let's see what sort of positional thing that we've got going on with S3ction now instead.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Like I said, one of the points that we brought up right before the start of the game, and the first thing that was demonstrated from Team S3ction was their ability to push forward, secure the high ground, force, because the only person who was securing the high ground was Soldier 76 on Hanzo main's team. As soon as he got pushed back and had to go up against the rest of the team, like in a 1v3, like against Divas and against Lucios and stuff like that, of course, all the rest of the team for Hanzo mains ended up having to group into the middle, where all the focus fire was then all the people who were on the top, on the high ground, then being forced onto the lower ground, and just getting fired upon by Bastions and Divas and by everybody under the sun.
Yeah.
The only thing really sort of keeping them going at the very start on this first point here would be their Mercy initially. But as soon as the supports go down, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is a fairly even-ish comp at the minute. Because two healers obviously on defense, but then obviously on attack we have the one Mercy, but obviously Road has self-heal, Soldier's got self-sustain, Zarya has bubble.
Genji has his escape mechanism.
This is very dependent on the Genji in my eyes. That's really the only actual backline poke they've got at the minute.
It's also going to be making good use of the Zarya bubbles to try and build up damage.
I've seen that the Hanzo main player is also a Genji player as well. This seems to like the brothers.
Now this is a nice bit of use of a Zarya bubble. She gets pushed onto the point. She's going to get fired upon by Bastion.
This is where they need the Genji to go up top, obviously. Get his E out, kind of stand right in front of Bastion. Hopefully suppress it, not take him down.
But of course, it's all about trying to get on that flank route without being spotted all the same time. Of course, once you're spotted, the other team's going to be coordinating to try and stop that push. But manages to catch the Soldier 76 with a nice healing shot kick coming there.
Down. That's the primary DPS then, obviously, apart from Bastion himself. But
and as you can see, just right on the other side now,
they've disrupted the setup anyway. They've scattered.
But they're adjusting. But, of course, nothing to come in there from Genji. They moved around to the backside to try and stop Genji, but he's already stood on the point. Is he going to be able to escape?
Oh, no,
he's not.
Down. Orisa just kind of left to play here. I'm just going to hold left and just kind of aim around.
And throws down the
Completely
barrier to go off against Bastion as well. Gets a gravity surge, doesn't manage to finally catch him out, but a Roadhog on the back line.
Cheeky Road.
Let's see where this Road goes. Is he going to go head up against Bastion? He's caught in between Lucio and Anna now.
If you can buy just enough time and stay backline, ready for his team to come back in, it could work out. But right now, he's just a sitting duck. But it depends if they actually do search for him or if they just kind of let him do his thing.
Well, he's got
But he could catch off Bastion. Oh, no, no.
Got denied.
I think this might take him out. Yeah, there he goes.
And there he goes. An unfortunate hook there. I don't think he should have started off with hook.
No, definitely not. Do a bit of damage first and then hook once they actually engage with him, yeah.
Sebastian would have reacted by trying to drop down to his teammates, and then you follow up with hook to pull him back up and secure the kill.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah.
But here we go with the Bastion ult. Kind of mistimed somewhat. Managed to take out Genji. Managed to clip the other team's Bastion.
I think once that ult's been taken, maybe it'd be a good actual chance to change out that Genji. Maybe change it up for D.Va or something else that's pokey, but has a little bit more to him.
You hear that?
So,
I think the Bastion at the minute.
I would probably like to see someone who can also deal with barriers. Like, I would like to see a Winston. Since we're dealing with Orisas on the enemy team and stuff and such, if we're having barriers being deployed and stuff like that, just have a Winston.
Yeah,
just
jump straight in, just bash your arms around a little bit.
Yeah, jump on the back line.
Just go and slam the floor. Yeah, why not?
As soon as you get ulti, you're allowed to knock that Bastion off that position.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bastion will get dropped down onto the floor, where he'll then have to deal with everyone else.
Even just something with more kind of direct damage to sustain, even like a Pharah, just kind of pokes some rockets through anything, really.
But S3ction coming up to 30 seconds on defense now. It's looking a bit difficult now.
This is looking slightly shut down.
It's 4 ultimates versus 3, and it's coming on 20 seconds now. They're going to have the opportunity to use their ultimates just to buy time. Nice grabbing.
It's going to be where the ult's coming, I think. It's going to be the last real push.
Here comes Graviton Surge.
Oh, but right in front of a shield.
Fortifies. Here comes the fight. There's a Bastion on the back. Bastion gets taken down. And in comes the enemy team Bastion with the ulti. He's just going to drop down straight onto the point. He's just going to clean up shop.
Yeah. There's an opportunity for a Mercy res, but seems to be down, I think.
Mercy's still hiding somewhere. She's all the way back at base.
Way too far, no.
That's pretty much it.
That's game.
Game goes to S3ction. S3ction continues on. So, again, very strong stuff coming in from S3ction. And again, I really think it was mainly due to the Bastion and his position.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even on offense, Bastion would take the initiative to push forward, secure the forward ground, sit on the point, and just go to work.
He was kind of untouchable, wasn't he, at that point?
Pretty
He had a shield right in front of him, he had Anna behind, just keeping him up as well.
Okay,
and there we go, play the game.
Staying on fire throughout the majority of that match.
And again, from the balcony setup. But it was the ult at the end.
Just right at the very end. Just manages to finally secure that third kill, yeah.
And shamefully no card.
No one votes for people here. This is not time to be making friends. Interview time. Alrighty then. So, we're going to be cutting over to interviews for a little bit. We're going to be talking to the team captains. I'll leave that to you whilst I prat about with all of this. So, we'll be up in just a second. So, who would like to start? Come on. You can start. No, I'm going to sort out the next match while you call to do that. So, no, you stay on. You interview him. So.
And here we have Amy. So this is Amy from Team Hanzo mains. How do you think that went?
Horrific.
Horrific?
Yeah, to put it the easiest way.
What do you think the main problem was, if you could pinpoint any?
I don't know, like, because we were saying that the strat was 3 tanks, 2 supports, and then 1 soldier.
Yeah.
No one listened, so it just kind of ended up being all over the place.
Yeah, we were discussing before, it just seemed that Bastion was kind of just shutting people down, kind of just hidden right behind a barrier.
And Orisa, like, Bastion with Orisa, it's just...
Yeah. That was one of those situations where we really need that backline poke just kind of come through, but again, every position seemed to be taken and it was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah,
we could see.
Everywhere. He was just like, Bastion up top, and then there was just someone else ready to kill you.
Have you got any hindsight on what you would have changed with the composition at all? Or?
Not really, no.
No?
Like,
gotta try and utilize those key moments a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah.
And use the ult stepper, I think.
Yeah. Exactly that. A little bit more coordination, but.
Exactly, yeah. it's hard to hear, like, because you've got all the background noise as well. So it's like you're hearing one person speak and then you hear someone else in the background and you think that's your team. So then you're like, oh.
I think we've discussed as well, like, I think for a lot of people it's the first actual tournament they've been in, so it's a completely different setting, completely different environment than just kind of playing on your own sort of thing. So you've got all these people in the background kind of spectating and watching as well. It's completely different, completely new dynamic.
I'm used to console. So
oh, yeah.
Keyboard and mouse is like, whoa.
I do keep forgetting that. So you moved over to keyboard and mouse like
instantly.
Like a couple of weeks ago.
Literally, yeah. I bought the game and then it was just like, yep.
So we've got to do credit where credit's due. So there we go. So that means you can go and grab one of the consoles and then kind of get your own back on somebody.
Definitely. I'll sit down tonight. I'll add everyone up to the team and then I'll beat them all. So that's how it is.
I'll let you have a little minute to kind of relax a little bit and kind of enjoy some of the other games we got around here. Thank you very much. See you later. And there he is. This is Matt Sinclair from S3ction.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
So, I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm good.
How do you think that went? Obviously, I know you've won, so naturally you're going to say it went well. But
yeah, we've been playing well as a team, so
yeah,
we've got good chemistry.
Yeah. Can I just move the mic a little bit closer? It's all right. Just there we go. We got it. Yeah, because we were saying, obviously, I think the key thing for you, especially on defense, was the Bastions. The Bastion holding back right behind Aris's shield, and then obviously you've got an Ana right behind as well. Yeah, so it's that constant barrage of attack. And
we had that strategy from the start. We were going to keep Arisa, keeping him safe. So
yeah, it's like a tried and tested thing, but if as long as you've got the protection there and you keep the shields up and the heals are up, then you can't really do much against it. And then I know they tried a Genji around the back, try and backdoor you and poke, but again, that was shut down, so it seems to have gone quite well. And we were saying the map prior as well, it just seemed to kind of fall in your favour. And then the last push that you had as well for the recovery was ridiculous. It was
very good.
It was a good play. We were saying we thought it was lost, and then for some reason out of nowhere it just came in. Again, same situation, backdoor poke and kind of full-on distraction. Had them sandwiched, and that was it, game over. Awesome. Is there anything you'd change with the comp, or are you pretty much just thinking it worked, so stick with it?
We've got it pretty well set up at the moment.
Is that something you guys normally play as, or have you kind of adjusted your comp for this?
We've adjusted it just so that we could work well as a team and try and get the wins.
Yeah, try to get the counters in, that sort of thing.
Counters are the best thing we've got at the moment.
Yeah. No, it went well. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to this, or you?
No, not really.
Well, congratulations again. Thank you very much. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you in your next game.
Thank you.
See you later.